Imagine for just a second being 15 years old and representing your country by winning a gold medal in a world championship event. Our wonderful guest today did just that. Welcome back to another episode of Someone You Should Know, brought to you by our good friends at the Ed Morse Automotive Group. Sierra Vista and all of Cochise County is backed by Morse. Sierra Vista's own Klohe Markle, a member of the Team USA U18 women's archery team, competed in the World Archery Youth Championships all the way up in this distant land called Canada in Winnipeg. How long ago was that?
That was
the last week?
Last week.
It was literally last week. You were up there. By the way, everyone say hi to Klohe. Klohe, say hi to everyone.
Hi.
Klohe, this is awesome. First of all, thank you so much for coming in and talking to us today. Second of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Before we get to everything that happened in Winnipeg, what I'd like to do is just ask you, we talk to a lot of student athletes. We talk to a lot of basketball players and softball players and wrestlers and flag football, girls who play flag football. I don't think I've ever talked to someone who played archery or did archery. Do you just call it play archery or doing archery?
Doing archery.
Doing archery. Okay. How on earth did you get interested in this subject or in this sport?
We had some friends who were doing archery in the program that they had in town, and they kind of got me started in this whole crazy adventure. And ever since then, I've just, I don't know the words, but I've just kind of succeeded in this sport.
Obviously, to an extremely high level here.
Mm-hmm.
When did you start? Like how long have you been doing archery?
I started when I was 8 years old, so for 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
to this month.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So 7 years this month, and you're walking away in 7 years. You could write a book, How to Get a Gold Medal in 7 years. That's what you could do, literally. So thinking about archery, I mean, do you play other sports as well?
No, I am strictly archery.
Okay. And so obviously a gold medal, it takes a lot of discipline, a lot of focus to be able to get through that. What does a typical training day look like? And by the way, do you go to school here in town? Or?
No, I'm ASU Prep Digital.
Oh, okay.
So I can do all my schoolwork from home, work ahead if I need to, and just get on top of everything before a big event like that was in Winnipeg.
Yeah, I remember we did the ASU digital video. I think John and I, or Todd and I, were there to talk about how amazing that program is, and you being able to use it in a way where you can literally be a professional athlete at 15 years old and still get your education that you need to get done. Okay, so typical training day. Well, how does training interact with schoolwork, interact with social life? Does that even happen? Let's talk about it.
So it depends on the day. If it's a weekday, I will do my schoolwork, or at least try to do my schoolwork in the mornings. Then about afternoon time, because it's not as humid, it's hotter, but it's better weather, and I will try and shoot in our backyard for about an hour or so. Wait until my dad gets home, and then we'll go on post and shoot 50 meters and just hit it as hard as we can from here. And I try and shoot at least 200 arrows a day. But if we go to Phoenix to my coach's house, I will try and shoot close to 400 arrows and try and get as many games as many games in as I can.
Now, how many arrows equals one game?
72.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's a lot of shots.
It's 36 arrows and 36 arrows for an outdoor game, and then it is anywhere from 10 to 20 for indoor.
What's the difference when you're outdoor and you're at 50 meters? You probably have to take into account the wind and velocity and breeze, just like almost like a kicker would in the National Football League or college or high school.
So like Winnipeg, we had really crazy wind. Like the fences were falling over. We had an umbrella almost fall on top of 3 judges and a bow. It was.
What is with the weather? It's the summertime. Did they not get the memo?
Yeah, apparently not. It was, I think, up to 15 miles per hour, and we were shooting in it.
From 50 meters, which again is more than 50 yards. 50 meters.
Yeah, it's.
Or is it
almost
about
60 yards?
60. Okay, so I can't even imagine that. Shooting anything 60 yards away at a target.
Yeah. So we practice things called like bubbling or aiming off, and that is where we just have to hope for the best on
Do you have like a spotter to tell you like what to do, or you have to figure it out on your own?
I figured it out on my own. When we were on the stage I did have my teammates saying like, hey, we're aiming in this spot, or just try and figure out like, hey, the wind's blowing this much this way. And we just aim, like my teammate was aiming 9-8 line and hitting 10s. And so I was kind of gauging.
Okay. So the 9-8 line, that's on the target itself. You have to aim at the 9-8 because you know that the wind is going to take it, or the weather, the inclement weather is going to take it to the 10.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There was a time where it looked like my arrow had stopped mid-flight because the wind was pushing that much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that the craziest weather you've ever no?
No.
Talk about like the craziest outdoor weather experience you've had as a professional archer.
I would say the craziest weather we've had is when it was rain and wind. And
how do you account for that? Because I mean, rain can come, especially when there's wind, it comes in at angles, and rain actually has mass to it. Like the drops have mass, which could affect up and down. Yeah. How do you account for that?
So when we have to be careful with lightning, we get multiple lightning delays.
I imagine when you're carrying a bunch of lightning rods.
Yeah. We have to, if it's raining super hard, we have to account for up and down because our arrows get pushed down because the air becomes heavier. And then if there's wind on top of that, we're practically like just trying to hope for the best and aim off plus account for that rain. And so I think we were in Florida and it was raining and it was windy and it was just chaotic.
Was there a hurricane coming? I don't understand. No, it was just Florida
weather.
Okay. All right. This is fascinating to me. By the way, it's Klohe Markle. It's someone you should know with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by Ed Morse Automotive Group, Sierra Vista, Cochise County, backed by Morse. So what is the balance for training for this sport? Before I want to talk about this. Believe you me, we'll talk about this. Let's talk about the training that built up to that. What's the difference between cardio, weightlifting, and then just obviously you shoot your 400 arrows or 200 arrows a day, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
What kind of training do you do in the midst of that?
So
don't knock it over, John. There we go. Yeah, let everybody see this thing. There we go.
So for when it comes to like going to the gym and stuff, I'm not really supposed to do that because archers do not want to make muscle mass like in their arms, because like when you make so much muscle that it can affect the way that you're holding each time, and you want to be as consistent as possible. And when you're getting that extra muscle, you might not be able to get that consistent anchor point, that consistent form. And so the main thing that I just try and focus on is like rowing and just keeping my core strong, and the physical therapy, like this thingy that they have you stand on to make sure you keep your balance. I can shoot off of those to make sure that my core stays intact.
Do you practice off of those things as well? I mean, so you're training, even though when you're shooting in an actual competition, you don't have to stand on those. I mean, unless it's some crazy thing. But I mean, you're actually, and when you shoot, you are standing, right? It's from a standing position. It's not from like you're not doing a cross. This is not a crossbow. This is an actual like bow where you have it almost like Robin Hood. If you think about back in those days. So training ends up being more core, less mass, less weightlifting, strength. What would be the most difficult or repetitive part of your training, and how do you stay motivated to do it every day?
It's a good question. I just really like the sport, but
so the motivation is already there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
what's the most repetitive part of that? Is it just shooting the arrows and standing still doing that, or is there something else?
I don't really know. It's just a lot that goes into it, and some days I just don't want to do it as much as others just because it can get a lot. But if I keep pushing myself through it, I'll get mentally stronger, and the more mentally strong I am, the better shooter I become.
What do you think is the difference? You brought up a great point. What is the difference between, or the percentage, physical versus mental when it comes to archery? Like
I would say it's more mental than physical.
Okay.
Because even though my bow is very heavy for me, like for my age, and a lot of adults don't even shoot like the amount of weight I have running on my bars and just a lot of different things. But to be mentally strong, to go up on like the stage that I was on, there was a jumbotron right to the left of us. There were TVs in front of us. There was a track with a camera, And there was also another camera on top of like a tripod that they were able to move in front of us.
Wow.
While having cameras behind us and people in the stands. And
Well,
so that's a lot.
It is a world championship. So, I
Yeah.
mean, there were people literally in Winnipeg last week
Mhm.
from all around the world. I
Yes.
saw actually the standings, and I saw all the different countries' flags that were there and all the different countries that were represented. Do you know how many overall were there?
A lot.
Like 50, 60 countries? I mean, it had to be
I
something
think
like that,
It
right?
was,
I mean,
I forgot the exact number, but it was a lot.
yeah, it's
'cause-
dozens and dozens of people from around the world. They converge in Winnipeg. How did you end up in Winnipeg? Do you have to get an invitation or qualify?
So there was a qualification round.
And where was that?
Florida.
Okay. That was that the Florida
No,
one that you were talking about?
luckily
Okay,
it
okay,
was not.
okay.
But it was very hot and humid that
Yep.
day. We were there for 13 hours. We only got an hour break in between all the shooting. We did a 72 arrow round in the morning, then had our lunchtime, and then we shot 7 round robins. So we were shooting against people over and over and over again to fight for these top spots. And only 3 people were going, and I managed to managed to get the 2nd seed to be able to go to Canada.
Now, was that a U18 as well? A U18 division that you were in? Because
Yes.
as a 15-year-old, so there's no like 16U or 15U, or how does that work?
It is U18 and U21. Those are the only 2 divisions.
Wow. Okay, so you're literally shooting against, you've probably been shooting against the people older than you your entire life then.
Yeah.
And what are things that you see from when you go to a world championship? I imagine that in the archery world, you kind of know each other. Like people know who you are, and you know who the big rock stars of the archery world are.
When it comes to this tournament in particular, we went in not knowing anybody, because we're the younger generations. Like the U21 people, we know like just because they've gone to more world events than we have, and this is just like an opening to the world circuit. And so I was able to meet and become very good friends like with the team from Australia. And then there was a girl from Canada that I shot with in 2020 in Vegas that was just ironic that we were on the same bail. But it's just that we don't know each other, and so we go in just thinking, okay, well, we're going to go in, shoot. There's always going to be somebody better than me, so all I can do is go out and shoot my best.
Yeah, and what a great attitude to have. As you prepare, let's just jump ahead to this thing right here, this beautiful piece of gold.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the gold medal match. Do you call it a match?
Yeah.
Okay, so
they're matches.
Okay, and you're in the gold medal match, and this was a team that ended up winning this, right? You were with a team.
Yes.
How big is the team, and how long did you know your teammates before going to Winnipeg?
So it was based off of the U.S. had 3 girls going. It was me and my 2 other teammates, and I've known them for a long time just because we shoot the USAT circuit over and over and over again, and so I've made really good relationships with them. And so I went in just hoping for the best, that, hey, we're going to hopefully crush this and hopefully not run out of time or get any yellow cards, but we're just going to push through and make sure we can try and get this medal. And during our original matches before this one,
You're doing great.
being on the stage, we had to go up against Mexico, and we were up 1 point after the first end, but after that we tied the entire match, ending up in a 1 arrow shoot off. So all of us shot 1 arrow,
almost like a goal kick or overtime opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so we went into that, and it was I would say just as much stress that it was on the stage, because Team Mexico, they are very loud when it comes to like matches and stuff, and so they had their entire team behind them screaming and yelling while we were all shooting. And
wow.
We managed to get away with a 2x29 to a 28, and
gosh.
It was nerve-wracking because I like to shoot last because I can be a quick shot if I have to be, and if that
because
timer,
it is timed, and so you only have a certain amount of time, and so you being the one who can come in, get set the quickest, make the shot the most accurate, it makes sense to have you go on last.
Yeah.
And so it was your last shot that ended up putting your team ahead to go into the gold medal round? Or was this for the gold medal?
So this was to go into the medal match.
Okay.
And so we all just had to hope for the best and work together and shot the arrow didn't even pay attention to where it went. And we looked at our coach that was coaching us, and he was just like, "Y'all are going to the gold medal match."
Oh, how did that feel?
It felt
what went
good.
through your mind?
Like, there's pictures of us like just hugging each other and excited. And we looked at him and said, "Okay, so you owe the boys ice cream, so I think we should deserve some ice cream too." And we got
you
ice
haven't
cream.
gotten ice cream yet?
No, we did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Come on. We gotta, John, go get her some ice cream. For crying out loud. And so that sent you to the medal round.
Yes.
Once you were there, and is it like maybe 3 teams that are left? So it's Mm-mm. Team USA, or how many teams are in the medal round?
So it was us versus Chinese Taipei.
Okay.
And this is nerve-wracking going into it, because World Archery, every time before somebody goes on the stage, they play this music. And it, like, it's about to start when they start playing this music. And it was definitely getting me and my teammates a bit nervous, because it was just like, well, we're getting ready to go on the stage. It's go time. Let's just try our best, because it was me and one of my other teammates' first time on the stage.
Wow.
And luckily, our other teammate had already been on the stage before.
Okay, so she had some experience going in. By the way, how old are your teammates?
So Julia Cook is 17, and Savannah O'Donoghue is 16.
Okay, all right. So
I
it's
was
almost 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a good combo there. So you guys could actually do this again. If it's 18 you'd be 18, 17, 16? Or would that... Oh.
So it's the year that... So, like, this year... For USA Archery, I'm technically a 16-year-old.
Oh, okay.
Even though my birthday's in December,
right.
It's the year, so like I get kicked out a year early, basically.
Okay.
So we could potentially do this in 2 years for U21, but the third year that I could try out for this team, they won't be left in my division.
Right, they'll already be, they'll have aged out into
they'll
the
be
next
in the
division.
seniors division.
Yeah, in the next division.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get down to it. This medal right here. Talk about that final match. What was that match like that got you this and your team this?
It was, I don't even have the words for it, because we didn't even realize we won the medal. We thought we were going to keep shooting for it.
Okay.
Because it's not like a normal elimination match. Elimination matches are 5 ends, 3 arrows each. But for team rounds, it's 2 arrows per person, 6 arrows in total, with 4 ends. And we kept getting told it's 5 ends, it's 5 ends. And so we went out there. First few arrows were a little rough, just because of the nerves and stuff, and then figuring out the wind. And then from there, just kind of got smooth sailing. And we were telling each other, like, stay clean, stay in your back, execute a good shot. And just everything that we tell ourselves, they were saying it to us to keep us, like, almost focused in a way, but also remembering our form, because it's very intense being up there. And are you around your teammates as they're taking their shots? You're like all in the same area. It's not like you're somewhere else and then have to run in. You're all right in the same. So we have to wait behind the 1 meter line. Okay. And so, like, you wait there, your teammate goes and shoots, and you have to wait until they're fully behind the line, and you can't pull an arrow out of your quiver or you'll get yellow carded. And if you get yellow carded, you have to step back and completely redo the same thing over and over and over again until you don't get yellow carded. Luckily, we didn't get any of those. Okay. Well, I imagine that, again, there's a level of excellence that you have, that your teammates had in order to be world championships, to even be there. I imagine that you guys probably didn't get any yellow cards just because we didn't, luckily. Right. And I mean, and that's something that maybe you can take for granted. Like, if other teams, you just maybe lose a little bit of senses or awareness when you're at this level of a world championship to be able to do something like this. You were able to maintain your focus, and then word comes that you and your teammates won the gold. Yeah. Like, there was one point, I think this is kind of funny, we were trying to figure out a song or something while we were waiting, because they have to, like, call our arrows, pull our arrows, and then bring them back to us. Yeah, 60 yards away. Yeah. Yeah. And so we were just hanging out on stage, just talking, trying to figure out what the song they were playing was. And our coach was like, you guys are speaking gibberish. I don't know what you guys are saying. And, like, we can have that mentality of having fun while shooting and then go into that next end and be 100% serious and forget about what we were just doing. I think that shows the
like you said, it's a much more mental sport than it is a physical one. So you can flip a switch basically, and then hey, we're back to business. We're not talking about music anymore. We're here to win gold.
Yeah.
You get told you win the gold, and then how long is it after that you go onto the podium to receive your medal?
After. They were like yelling at us, "Get your quivers off! Hurry up!"
Wow.
And our arrows were coming back to us at that time. They were like, "You guys need to hurry up and get your quivers off, put your arrows down, get everything off." Because they basically like strip your quivers of what you can and cannot have before you go. So we just had this table of all of our stuff. And they were just like, "Hurry up!" And then we went out on like the podium, which you're shooting over the podium.
Oh, okay.
When like you get to see all that when you're on the stage. And they brought us out, gave us all of our medals, and like whoever won that like discipline or whatever you want to call it, you get that national anthem played. And so we got our national anthem played while we were standing on the podium, and it was really cool.
How does that feel as they put this? Literally, this thing is so heavy. I mean, just think about this. World Archery. I don't know, John, if you're able to hold this up. There's two sides to it. There's one side there. If John can try to get the camera to focus on the one side and then show the other side as well. How much does that weigh? That thing weighs,
I don't know,
a couple pounds, it feels like, if nothing else. And you're doing what so many Olympians dream of, and world champions, any world championship, from anything that you see leading up to an Olympic event or even regional events, much less a world championship. You see the tears come down the face as soon as they realize, I've reached the top of the mountain and I'm hearing my country's anthem being played. And sometimes, a lot of times in a foreign country.
Yeah.
So you're there in Canada and hearing the Star Spangled Banner play. What was that like for you and your teammates as you're standing there on that podium?
I don't it's hard to explain because it still doesn't feel like we won it. Like it still feels like, okay, we're just gonna go out and do it again in a couple years. And so it's just like I just feel like I did something that I've been working super duper hard for, and it feels good.
7 years worth of work. Literally 7 years.
Well, and for individual, I ended up 5th overall in the world, and I got out in a 1-arrow shoot-off.
Wow.
Right before they decided who goes semis to fight for those medals. And so just having all of that.
That's 5th in the world in the U18? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you're definitely going against 17-year-olds. In that. People who have 2 more years experience.
I think my first match was up against 17-year-old.
Oh
all the girls except for my last match were older than me. And
amazing.
So I can tell that my work's paying off when these things happen, and it just feels good knowing that I did something like that.
Well, before we get to anything else, I know that people hopefully can see that there is a bow right behind us here. Can you walk us through before we wrap up here? I'll let John we can kind of stand up and you can show us this, because this is your instrument. This is like how heavy is that, by the way?
Almost 11 pounds.
Oh my gosh, 11 pounds. Okay.
Yeah.
And is it like a carbonite or what, or metal? And
I forgot what
but there's so much.
Yeah.
Look at all the technology that's in here. I mean, just to make this thing. Did you have to build this thing yourself? Did you build it yourself to your specs? And as you continue to grow and get taller, is this something that's going to change eventually, or?
Yeah. So these are the mods that adjust the draw length. This is my sight, my scope, my rest. I shoot a blade.
Okay.
The cams, it's a shoot through riser, so sometimes you'll see this piece missing, and that's because it's the normal riser shoot through.
Okay, so you hold with the front.
Yeah. So I'll hold it like this.
Okay, and then draw back. Oh my gosh, that is really tight.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's at 56 pounds right now.
Oh my gosh. Well, what is normal regulation at?
Max is 60.
Okay.
So nobody's allowed to go outside of 60. This is what I look through to see. It's called the peep.
Yep.
And then my back bar has 20 ounces of weight. That's all of this.
To counterbalance, or because as you're pulling back, what's the advantage of that?
Wind.
Okay.
I don't get pushed over. And then my front bar has the dampener, another dampener, and then about 15 ounces on the front.
That is absolutely amazing. What a piece of machinery, and just estimating, just because I'm sure people are thinking, my gosh, what does something like this cost?
A lot.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I need. That's all I need to hear. I don't want to ask for specifics. But I mean, again, just imagine yourself being a 15-year-old gold medalist, world champion with the U18 team, and then 5th in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your bow.
Yeah. And I do all my bow work by myself.
Okay. Did you have to have you learned that over time? Mm-hmm. And are you able to help other competitors with their bows or give them hints and clues?
So like my teammate, he's on my normal team and all the rest of the teams with me. His D-loop snaps during one of the matches, and luckily there was an archery shop there, but I was able to run and grab his bow. But like when things like that happen, we're all there trying to help fix it. And
that's amazing, Klohe.
Yeah.
Klohe, this is absolutely incredible. What would you say? I want to finish off. I got one question here. What does winning this gold medal right here, what does it mean to you personally? And then where do you go from here? After you're a gold medal and finish 5th in the world, mm-hmm. after a one-arrow shoot-off, yeah. I mean, so you could have easily just by the flick of the wind or a breeze mm-hmm. or something like that. What does it mean to be a world champion to you at 15 years old? And then what's the next step?
I don't know what it really means. I almost feel like it's every tournament, and I'm just looking forward to the next one and hoping that I can top my best and better my best is just the way I look at it. But it feels good knowing that, hey, I was one of the youngest ones out there, and I was still able to work with my teammates and make sure that we got the medal that we wanted to. And it feels good knowing that we were able to work together and still, even if there was an issue, we were still able to pull off and get this achievement done. And for me, I just think that with all the work that I put into this, it just feels good.
And what is the next step for you? What's the next tournament? What's the next? I mean, you're already a world champion. How do you go? Is there a galaxy championship or something like that? Okay, all right, just making sure.
You just start getting world ranked. Okay. But I'm doing tournaments every month. But I would say
that helps your ranking.
So that's just ranking? State tournaments.
Okay.
So we have state outdoor coming up. We'll have state field coming up. But for the next world shoot, I want to try out for the world field team, and that would be next year.
Okay.
And hopefully try and make that team and get to do some field and have some fun with that. And then after that, it would be Youth Worlds again. And
wow.
Maybe I want to try and make the senior team for Worlds.
Okay.
And shoot up against all the top people.
These are amazing goals, and we can't wait to see even more of what you've done continue on this level of excellence, and all the training, mm-hmm. all the hours, all the weeks, months, years that you've put into this, literally 7 years of your life. And you're looking at doing this for at least 7 more, mm-hmm. I mean, at this level here. What does it mean to represent Sierra Vista? That's my final question for something like this. Representing our city, representing Cochise County in southern Arizona. People probably never heard of Sierra Vista.
Oh, yeah. I had to show multiple people where we were at because they're like, I told them we go up to Phoenix every weekend, and I tell them how long the drive is. And they're just like, that's impressive that you will go up. And because they were like, we complain about a 15-minute drive, and you go out and it's
3 hours.
And it's 3 hours. And it's just well, yeah, I think it's cool that I have all these opportunities, and I just want to keep trying to get better at the sport. Even though even though I'm at this level, I want to try to become world number 1 before I am done with the sport.
Amazing. Yeah. I love that goal. And as you continue to go up in the ranks, I hope we can talk to you more about future mm-hmm. events and future meets and future championships that you're involved in, because we would love to keep track of you over the course of your career, the rest of your career. You've already won gold. She's already won gold, everybody. It's Klohe Markle. Everybody say hi to her one more time. Leave her some love in the live chat. gold medal winner, ranked 5th in the world in U18 for archery, not playing archery, doing archery, or just being an archer. And congratulations on all of your success, and love the outfit, love the red, white, and blue. We're big fans of that here. And congratulations on everything. And please keep in touch. And we can't wait to see what more that you do over the course of your career. She is Klohe Markle. She is someone you should know. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Someone You Should Know with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by our good friends at the Ed Morse Automotive Group, Sierra Vista and Cochise County, backed by Morse. Please do us a favor. You got to share this video around. Let everybody know we have a world champion who lives right here in Cochise County, right here in Sierra Vista. She might even let you touch her gold medal. I got to do that. Wow. I'm like, I don't even know if I should. That's absolutely insane. The level of dedication that we've seen today. My gosh. Again, congratulations. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sharing. Have a great day, everybody. And keep shooting, right? Keep shooting. Do you call it shooting the arrow? Yeah. All right. Everybody, keep shooting those arrows and keep an eye out for the number 5 in the world, Klohe Markle, everybody. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon. High five. Oh, my God.